Hello guys, my name is Afiliana. Today I want to present about semantic memory. Hope you enjoy the video. What is semantic memory? Semantic memory is a type of long-term memory involving the capacity to recall words, concepts, or numbers, which is essential for the use and understanding of language. In 1972, Endel Tulving suggested partitioning the human long-term memory system in two distinct stores. First, an episodic store that contains memory that are linked to a particular time and place. For example, where you park your bicycle this morning. And the second is a semantic store that contains more general knowledge about the world, for example, what a bicycle looks like or is used for. Memory is one of the two kinds of declarative memory. The kinds of things stored in declarative memory can be consciously recalled, like facts and language. Memories that are usually recalled unsocially, like the motor skills of for riding a bike, are stored in procedural memory instead. During the decade ending around 1972, Quillen and colleagues introduced a seminal computational model that they called semantic memory. Quillen's semantic memory continues to influence psychology, psycholinguistic, and cognitive neuroscience. 1. Quillen's semantic memory. Quillen's semantic memory was first a theory of human long-term memory, and second a series of computer simulations of certain types of language processing. Quillen's models substantially extended the Taurus method. He used semantic relations among the words in a text either to represent an understanding of the text virtuality without syntax, earlier versions, or via parallel semantic and syntax analysis or later version. It was because of the need to capture the semantic relations of the English lexicon that the structures and processes of semantic memory were conceived. 2. Generic semantic memory. Quillen's conception of a semantic memory was both of a set theoretical assumptions or hypotheses about human memory and language, and an evolving specification for computational simulation based on them. The two simulations implemented by Quillen of finding meaningful intersections between specific words and of building up meaningful representation of English text were illustrative, but did not exhaust the indented range of application of the theory, which reached beyond the domain of language understanding. For example, spatiovisual memory, the recognition of objects through sensory perceptions, the generation and storage of imagery, the introduction and learning of conceptual knowledge, and analogy and metaphor were all considered prime candidates for modeling via a semantic memory. 3. Theoretical extensions, consequences, and divergences. The decade during which Quillian was developing semantic memory theory ushered in a period for very active theoretical development in psychology and linguistics, and so it can be difficult to determine the original source of contemporary ideas. However, there is a group of important theoretical advances that are allied to Quillen's framework, even though some may not have cited Quillen's work explicitly or may have referred to a more generic conception of semantic memory. 4. Semantic memory and the brain. There are 5 major models of the brain underpinnings of semantic memory. These models are based on data from case studies and group studies of neuropsychological patients, including those with category-specific impairment, CSI, AD, and semantic dementia, SD. The first is sensory functional theory. The second is sensory motor theory. The third is the domain-specific hypothesis. The fourth is conceptual structure theory. And the last is conceptual topography theory. 5. Semantic network theory. Semantic networks are collections of nodes linked together by labeled relational links. Each node typically represents a single concept, and hence these models are referred to as having localist representations schemes. The meaning of a concept is represented through a set of pointers to another nodes. A goal of this type of modeling is to determine how to link up the nodes such that the resultant knowledge structures can be used to produce realistic semantics inferences. And that's all for me. Thank you.